All right, guys, I wanted to go over kind of what the InBody Scan analysis is going to spit out at you here and how to read it and what to look for. So it's going to give us our weight, and then it's going to break that weight down into these three categories. So we have our total body water weight in pounds. We have our dry lean mass, which is like bone, and then our body fat mass. So that's how many pounds of fat are on this individual by that weight. So we have then the muscle fat analysis. So this is where we compare how much muscle mass we have, how much muscle is on the body compared to that earlier body fat pound number that we got in that upper part. So you'll see you have these center areas here on these graphs. Obviously we have below average, or where we'd want someone to be. We have that range where you want someone to be, and then here where we start to go above and beyond. And most of the time we want to stay out of this above category. Now, our little graph here makes a slight C shape, and ideally we want this graph to start to make a D shape, meaning we start to have more muscle mass on the body than we do body fat. And that's going to give us a leaner, healthier body composition. So this person's in a fairly decent range. This person could work to increase some muscle mass here, and then while also trying to get that body fat closer down here. Now, outside of that, we have the obesity analysis. So this takes BMI and compares it to body fat percentage. BMI is something that we're very familiar with in terms of what doctors use, or even some armed services, and that is our weight divided by our height. Now, you can see this person, again, on this average scale, we're just above where someone would be deemed appropriate body BMI, So in the doctor's office, okay, relatively decent, but we drop down here and our body fat percentage is a lot higher than what we would want to see this individual for their height and weight. So we want to work to get this person down to more acceptable ranges here, and we can tell you kind of what that starts to look like. So you have more of like a lean athlete, someone that appears like they work out, pretty defined, and then again, more just kind of an average healthy body fat percentage. Here we have a segmental lean analysis. So this is going to break down then each area of the body. So you have then how much weight is being distributed per limb, and then the trunk. And you'll see that some areas do go over 100%. So getting to that 100% is, again, more of a how do we get to these normal ranges that we want to see someone for their height and weight. And this tells us then too, someone could focus their training a little bit more on the lower body than necessarily say the upper body in terms of getting that balanced out. Here's going to compare some more scans as they have them. And then up here we have some really cool information coming out in terms of what to do with those numbers and what we should be eating. So basal metabolic rate, if you've never heard of that, that is kind of your baseline. So if you just laid on the couch, watched TV all day for the whole entire day, this person, based on their body composition, could eat 1,253 calories and maintain exactly their same body composition. They will not lose and they will not gain weight. Now, if they continue to do that for a long period of time, their lean body mass is probably going to go down because they're not resistance training anymore, and that number will also go down. So you can see then the relation, the more we train our muscles, the higher our lean body mass goes up, and then the higher the number here is going to go up, meaning just your baseline caloric intake can be a little bit higher, and then you can start to make dietary choices based off that and based off of what the goal is here. This will also break down for you how much body fat this person would need to lose to get to that range that was showed on the graph, and then also gaining this much lean body mass to, again, kind of balance that out. You don't want to just necessarily be a really small person. We want to have an adequate muscle mass on that frame as well. So that's how you can kind of use some of that information that you're going to get in terms of what we're eating.